We have with us in our studios Sambit Patra, who's a member of the BJP. Also live from Mumbai is the Congress spokesperson Sanjay Jha. We're expecting Mr. Prithvi Reddy to join us from the Aam Aadmi Party shortly. But let me begin with you, Sambit. Are you satisfied with the bill in its current form?
Look, the Bharatiya Janata Party has always maintained that it should not be a toothless Lokpal bill. And to this effect, we had prescribed them with 150 amendments, because you would remember 29th of December 2011, when suddenly, when the discussion was going on the floor of Rajya Sabha, the house was sign a day, and the member of parliaments went off as if the school was closed. So that's a very wrong signal, and BJP was totally taken aback that this is not the way as to how the Lokpal should have been treated. We had recommended the amendments, the select committee in fact picked up the amendments, and there is almost a unanimity on the issue, and we firmly believe that this session should see the Lokpal.
Sanjay Jha, can I come across to you on this? Because while everyone's talking about this bill being finally the bill that they wanted to see, you have a holdout. You have the Samajwadi Party still unconvinced about the need for this bill.
Well, you heard Mr. Rahul Gandhi today. He was very, very clear and categorical in mentioning that now there is no reason whatsoever, because when it's not even a broad consensus, it's 99% through. And at the end of the day, when you look at a historic bill of this kind, which will have a very, very significant impact on the entire administrative structures. You see, if you look at it, the CBI, a new structure like Lokpal, its ability to infringe on number of the institutions of our democracy. It's a fundamental bill. It's in a great number of ways a landmark bill. Now, if you have come so close to it, whichever political party, whatever their reservations might be, even Mr. Chidambaram mentioned that, you should put that aside and, go ahead and implement it, because corruption is a big issue. And while, it is a step in that direction, I mean, the Lokpal bill, as Mr. Gandhi also mentioned,
we all
is not
agree.
going to be a single short magic prescription for obliterating corruption, but it adds to the anti-corruption infrastructure.
And if you look at the other bills, like the public, we all agree on that point, that the Lokpal bill is a landmark bill in that sense. But how are you going to manage the Samajwadi Party?
Well, I can tell you it's not for any party to manage another. I think, the country is watching the developments in Parliament very, very closely. I mean, there is a reason and a purpose behind the press conference today. It was to send out a clear message, because there have been some debates over the last couple of days as to, whether the bill is really going to go through. Now, we have concerns over the way Parliament is being disrupted. This is really a very crucial session of Parliament. There are a couple of other bills to be discussed. This is really a historic opportunity, a monumental chance for Parliament to stand up in pride and say that we have enacted a bill which, frankly speaking, is going to change the way we're going to look at corruption going forward. Okay. So it's for the Samajwadi Party, or any other party for that matter, which is resisting the bill, to really look at the overall sentiment in the country, back the government and push the bill through.
Sambit wanted to come in on a point you were making earlier. Go ahead, Sambit.
See, most importantly, my able friend Sanjay Jha has been speaking a lot about, and naturally every congressperson today would be speaking a lot about the so-called press conference of Rahul Gandhi. But let me say, this press conference is not just a PC of Rahul Gandhi, it is a PPC. It is a panic press conference by Rahul Gandhi today. And I believe Sanjay would even agree with me saying that probably if the Congress would have continued at the dentist, then a toothless Lokpal would have been produced. And thanks to BJP that the dentures to the Lokpal have been provided by the various amendments which have been accepted by this select committee. And without the dentures, it would have been a dangerous Lokpal, and then I think it would have been a jokepal. But ironically, Sanjay says that Samajwadi Party would fall into line and would support the bill. But I believe, pertinently, and Sanjay would agree with me, that Samajwadi Party is one of their most important supporters, without whom the government would be reduced to a minority one. So it may be a match fixing, maybe a stage drama where they had asked the Samajwadi Party to disrupt the house.
Sanjay, your response to that? Stage drama, disrupting the house when you're so close to getting a Lokpal?
Well, I'm not going to respond to that kind of very pedestrian cynicism from Sambit. The truth of the matter is the fact that, Sambit goes on and on. I don't want to make a politics out of this really, but, he should look at the toothless bill brought in the home state of the prime ministerial designate of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Gujarat, which is a real joke. I mean, if that's a real joke, Pal, that you have in Gujarat, he fights a legal battle. Mr. Modi's government fought a legal battle, spent 70 crores of the taxpayers' money on that issue. So let's not get into the debate. I think fundamentally, all political parties, I think, are on the same page. There are some parties which may have their own, issues or things that, perhaps need to be voiced as a form of protest. But as long as they believe intrinsically in the faith of the bill, they should let it go through.